live. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are, whoever you may be. You just stumbled across a corner of the internet unlike any other. This is episode 2 of the Business Funding Nation, the no nonsense, unfiltered source of financial wisdom in the podcast world for both business owners and aspiring loan brokers. This is where we cut through all the noise, we get real about business financing, and hopefully equip you with the knowledge and the strategies that you need to conquer the financial game. Maybe have a lap or two along the way. Before we get started and dive into today's topics, just want to throw out a quick disclaimer to you guys. We are not attorneys. We're not financial advisors. We're not CPAs or anything of that sort. We are just two idiots talking shop, talking about our past experiences, making sure that what we state to you is as informative as we can relay it, but it should not be substituted for the advice of these licensed professionals. Plus, we're really trying not to get sued, so you guys take this for what it's worth. The gentleman on the other line is my compadre, the main
Oh,
man, the reason why you're here, Mr. Keenan Steele. What is going on, bro? How are you?
hey, what's going on, Jose? How you doing, man? I want to give a big shout out real quick over to Oz Konar and the Business Lending Blueprint for all the training that has allowed us to start our careers as business loan brokers. Hey, if anybody's listening to this podcast is ready for a career change, tired of their 9 to 5 job or looking for an opportunity, uh, you know, visit the link below that we're going to put in a podcast, or you can go to businessfundingnation.com so you can explore the benefits of being a business loan broker and get signed up with the Business Lending Blueprint. So give a big shout out to those guys. That way you can start your career and move forward. So that being said, hey, just want to give a big shout out to my son's 15 today. He's my best friend, best golf partner I could ask for, and my Waffle House companion. So happy birthday, son, and get that Spanish grade up before mom finds out.
Hey, happy birthday, Dylan.
There you go. All right, brother. What's been going on with you, man?
Not a whole lot, man. Things have been kind of plateauing the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
But, I mean, honestly, I'm just starting to get over a really bad cold that I had, so things are starting to kind of pick back up a little bit. This past week, we've kind of had a couple struggles, with me being a little under the weather. I wasn't able to be on the phone as often as I would like to. But yeah, we're making our strides. We're making the best situation we can out of what we've got. So things are definitely on the up and up, man. How about you? What was your week like?
Good. Last week was it was busy, man. We got some loans closed. I saw you got some real estate loans closed, some
Yep.
working capital loans closed too. So it's been busy. Been reaching out to a lot of vendors, a lot of equipment vendors, working with a lot of referral partners that are coming over to work with us one on one. I know you've been doing that also. Put a lot of training together for these new loan brokers. And like I said, the BLB, the Business Lending Blueprint, gives you great training, great place to start, get you lenders, whole 9 yards. And then it just kind of, what we've been doing, Jose and I have just been trying to help connect the dots a little bit more with referral partners inside there. So yeah, that's just kind of, it's you have good days and bad days. Some days
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm getting on the phone. I'm going to make 150 cold calls, and 8 hours later, I've made three. You know,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it's
no, absolutely, bro. And these are kind of some of the things that unfortunately aren't discussed enough because I mean, just like
yeah.
anything else, man, this is not a magical solution to either establishing a business
No.
or getting yourself out of the 9 to 5 rat race. It is a long-term solution, but there is a bunch of work that goes into it. The mental toughness that it takes for you to succeed in this industry is just like anything else, man.
Yeah.
Like if you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to get yourself into better shape, it's going to take discipline. It's going to take some very uncomfortable situations.
Mhm.
but the more comfortable you are not being comfortable, the more progress you're going to make. So yeah, it's definitely one of those situations where you know what, bro, just got to put your head down and
Yep.
pedal through it, because that's how progress is made.
That's what you got to do. You got to stay consistent and trust us, guys and girls who are listening to this. There's days where, we don't want to be business loan brokers anymore. I mean, I bang my head against the wall and, but we have mentors that we reach out to and, there's a lot of work that goes into this because, you want to help business owners and you want to fund them. But if you don't learn the proper ways, then you're a lot of your times being caught up in application processing and oh, can we fund this deal, can we fund this deal, does this person qualify, does this person not qualify, and we're going to do a deep dive into all of this stuff. We're going to lay out the 3 C's for you: cash flow, credit, and collateral. And we're going to also let inform business owners, hey, if you have this, then you qualify, and if you don't, you need to fix your situation. So
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, man, that's actually a really good I'm going to take that banner and run with that one. We want to dive into the 3 C's. I guess basically, in a nutshell, some of the categories that you, either as a business loan broker trying to qualify leads, or as a business owner trying to get a loan for your business to scale, grow, start, wherever it is that you find yourself. What are some of the things that you have to look into to really double check, make sure that you qualify not only for the type of loan that you're going for, but also the dollar amount that you're
uh,
going after? Keenan is going to do a phenomenal job of breaking that information down. So Keenan, talk to me, bro. Let's say that
let's do it.
I am a business owner. I need a loan. I've been in business for, I don't know, let's say 6 months, man. I come to you. What are you looking at? How do you know if I even have a shot at this thing?
So we're going to look at the 3 C's, Jose. It's cash flow, collateral, and credit. You have to have one of those 3 C's to qualify to even for us to even look at you. Okay. So the first one love to talk about is cash flow. Okay. So if you're a business owner or looking to become a business owner, uh, you need to make sure that you set up your business properly. You need a LLC, incorporation, limited liability partnership, something. Okay. And you want to be able to start then bringing in cash flow. You set up a business, set up your business bank account with a business entity, and you want to be able to bring in at least $10,000 per month coming in every month consistently for 6, 8, 12 months in a row of that kind of money. And what this is going to be able to do, it's going to be allow us to offer you cash flow financing, though, which we're going to talk about later in the show. We're also going to be able to then get you qualified to get some kind of monthly revenue. Okay. So the good thing about the cash flow financing, Jose, is you don't need to have credit. You don't need to have collateral as long as you have $10,000 a month or more coming into a business bank account. We can get you some kind of working capital as long as you have a business bank account and an entity that's been established. You have any questions on that before I go to credit?
Yes, bro. So, okay, let's say I am Joe, the business owner. I'm
Mhm.
bringing in $15,000 a month. I've been in business for 3 years. Over the last 8 months, my revenue has gone up from 8,000 a month up to 15. It's steadily progressing on the way up. However, when I close the month, um, my business bank statements don't reflect $15,000 a month. I closed my month out with $500 in my bank account. But I hit your revenue, man. You told me $10,000 or more every single month. Am I getting approved?
You did. You are going to hopefully be able to get you approved, but we want to see lenders want to be able to see more money sitting in your bank account than $500 a month. If you're bringing in 8, 10, 15, $20,000 and a lender looks in there and it shows $4 at the ending balance, that's not going to be a good sign for them. So they don't want to see that. You want to be able, as a business owner, to leave as much money in there as you can. That's how lenders are going to know that you have money management skills and you're not out just wasting it on food and amusement parks and personal consumer crap. Okay. So if you're doing that, it's going to drive the likelihood of you getting lending down. If you're negative at the end of the month, you're really shooting yourself in the foot. So you want to make sure that you have at least $10,000 a month coming in and you're leaving a few $1,000s at the end of the month in your bank account. If you say, well, Jose, what if I can't do that? Then what do you say to somebody when a customer or a lead says, well, I can't do that. I need all the money, Jose.
Well, that's actually a very good question. And to be quite honest with you, put yourself in the lender's situation. If you've got $10,000 a month coming in, and let's say it's even just personal income, but at the end of the month, you're closing the month with $100 left. What does that tell you about your ability to take on or assume another loan? Chances are you're not going to be able to afford it. So
Yep.
at that point, what I would suggest that you do is you go back and you try to micromanage your expenses, find out exactly where your money is going, and do everything that you can to tighten the screws so that way your cash flow, your profitability of your business actually goes up. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. And if you're a business loan broker or business owner, please pay attention because you can qualify your leads this way. Also, if you are a business owner, you can then see if you have a qualified lead that's trying to buy your product. And then you might want to reach out to us to finance your product. You need to also listen to see if your leads qualify. So the next one we want to talk about. So number one was cash flow. Number two is credit. Must have a 680 credit score or better and a W-2 employment of $50,000 a month. Okay. So many people that come to me and their startup company and they want to borrow $100,000. I'm like, great. I want to lend you $100,000, but you don't have any income. Ding, ding, ding. How are you going to be able to pay that back? And so many people come across that is, man, I would love to give you that. You know, everybody wants $1 million. Everybody wants it at 0% interest, and everybody wants it for 100 years stretched out. It just doesn't happen like that, guys and girls. So you got to make sure that, you know, when somebody comes to you and they don't have any cash flow, then you go to the next best thing, which is credit. And then we can be able have the opportunity to get them 0% lines of credit off business cards, personal cards. We have the ability to get them equipment financing, real estate financing. The 680 credit score really opens up the opportunity for business owners to move forward. So, Jose, I'd like for you to add a little bit more to that.
Yeah, no, absolutely, dude. So credit is one of those things that you need to double check, make sure that you are on top of your credit situation, whether it's good, bad, or in the middle. You need to know where you're at financially because as Keenan alluded to, as I alluded to earlier with the cash flow situation, if you're struggling in that category, for us to be able to approach a lender and say, give this individual one more loan, the chances of it getting approved are next to none.
Yep.
The other thing that we also want to kind of emphasize, especially for those of us in the broker space, loan brokers, it's more than just the credit score. You guys have to ask for the credit report of your applicant
Yep.
and take 10-15 seconds to look at the report. Make sure that it's an established credit profile. It's more than just the score. So make sure that there's a decent mix of accounts, account types, you know, mortgages, personal loans, auto loans, credit cards. Make sure that the age of those trade lines has been there. The really good magic number to try to look for is that it's been around for at least 5 years. You know that the utilization of that line of credit is considerably under 30% consistently, because if that thing is getting jacked up, and then paid down, that's one thing. But if it's ran up and then used, and then there's 2 or 3 months where the balance is just kind of sitting there, that is another red flag that, quite honestly, if we can try to avoid having to explain that to a lender, let's do that. Let's put a complete package together, with regards to the credit profile, not just the scores.
Right. Good. Yep. That's excellent. Could have said it better, maybe a little bit shorter, but you got that out there for him. Okay.
All right, thanks, dude.
Let's talk about collateral, the last C. So we've had cash flow, credit, now collateral. Okay. So collateral means paid for real estate. It can be their personal home, equipment, stocks, bonds, or any other assets, business assets that we'd like to see in a W-2 employment and $50,000 or more in income. So let me give you an example of this is let's say that Jose wants to has a paid for house and he wants to start a business. He got a 720 credit score. He's got a good credit file, meaning he's had a mortgage, he's had car payments over the last 15, 20 years. And he wants to borrow against his house to start a trucking company or start a lawn mowing service, whatever it may be. We have loans that we can do that. Let's say that Jose again has a nice semi truck. He's been driving for the last 5 years. Let's say he's got a 2018 Peterbilt or Volvo, Kenworth, doesn't matter. And he wants to borrow money against that truck. It's paid for marketing. So he can start trying to bring in other truck drivers or whatever it may be. He can then come to us. We can do a sales lease back with that collateral and he can get money on that truck and he's making a truck payment again. Okay. So there's a whole lot of different areas and avenues that we can go down with these three types of financing. Do you have anything for the collateral also?
No,
Which
I think that sums it up pretty well. Again, guys, for the brokers that are listening to this, each of these categories kind of holds its own water. So
Mhm.
just because they don't have good credit or they don't have an established revenue generating business, but they do have collateral, we have options to explore down that route. So it doesn't have to be each something out of each and every single bucket. We're looking something to be able to utilize, take to a lender out of one of these three options.
Yep, that's correct.
So
Jose, so
yeah, go
go
ahead,
ahead.
bro.
No, I just wanted to see if you want to talk about your lead qualifying process real quick.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's exactly where I was going to jump into. There are, when you guys are speaking with prospects, you're speaking with your leads as a business loan broker, as a consultant, you guys need to listen to their stories and latch on to some of the key words that will naturally come up in conversation that will allow you to drill deeper and get more information on one of these three C's. Again, Keenan just did a great job of breaking down each of those three different categories. However, you guys need to keep in mind that we aren't in the business of financing dreams. We're in the business of financing businesses. So when you guys are speaking with your prospects, keep in mind we are not angel investors. You know, there are criteria that we have to have on the application in order for us to have a viable shot of getting the business owner financing that he needs. Now, it'd be a really good idea if you can kind of coach them through the entire process. So let's say, for example, they don't have good credit, but they have a revenue generating business. It is a good idea to go out and let them know this is the type of loan that you're going to be able to qualify for, but these are the steps that we can take together to improve on your credit, to improve on possible collateral situations. So that way, in 3, 6, 9 months, the financing picture will be a completely different story. So keep in mind, guys, as you're kind of going through these applications and talking to people, make sure you keep your eyes and your ears open and try to drill down, get as much details as you can on the three C's. So, Keenan, is there anything I missed on that that you'd like to kind of expand on a little bit?
No, you did a really good job, Jose. Thank you. I appreciate that. I was a little bit less winded. No problem, though. So, what I want to talk about real quick is how we qualify a lead inside pro business funding. Okay, so when somebody comes into our business, talk to them on the phone. My sales guys talk to them on the phone, whatever it may be. They come through the internet. They come into our CRM. We call them back, and we're just talking to them, and we're listening way more than what we're telling and talking. We're just wanting to hear what they have to say. And we're asking questions to try to qualify them. We don't jump in, what's your credit score? What's your monthly income? We always say, hey, tell us a little bit about your business. Tell us a little bit about you. Okay, here's who we are. Spend about a minute on that. And then just continue to talk to them about their business. Okay. You want to make it sound like rainbows, unicorns, pump them up. Hey, this is awesome. Great job. Now let's start talking about monthly revenue. Oh, you only have $5,000 a month coming in. Okay. So then boom, right there. That knows that. That's one disclaimer for us. They don't have the income coming in. Now, do I hang the phone up on them right then and there? No. So I just keep it rolling. And I'm like, hey, tell me a little bit about your credit score. Oh, you have a 400 credit score. Oh, okay. And then lastly, I will walk them through to see if they have any collateral and if they have a job. And if it just can't help them, I just always be straight up and honest with your client. Just say, look, I can't help you. I'm sorry. Okay. If you're talking to somebody that has come to you, they have a business established, they might not have the monthly revenue of $10,000 or more, or they do. That's okay. I'm going to continue talking to them, and then I'm going to find out if they're looking for working capital, cash in hand that they can use for expenses, business expenses. If they do, and they're looking for working capital, I'm going to make sure they have a business entity set up right then and there. I'm not going any further. Say, tell me about your business entity. Are you a sole proprietorship? Do you have business bank statements? If they have a business entity established, they've been in business longer than 6 months, they have, five to $10,000 coming in. Like I said, $10,000 is kind of your mark that we go off of, and they have a business entity, business bank account, then we can get them some business funding, hopefully, if everything works out. If they are a sole proprietor and they or do not have business bank account, we cannot get them working capital. Okay. Now, if they had a 680, 700 credit score, we might could get them a personal loan or 0% lines of credit. We do offer those, but that's where the credit and collateral and cash flow come into hand. I also want to tell people, if you have a new business startup that's looking for equipment, you can help them out. They don't have to have a business structure, an entity. They do have to have a W-2 employment job. They have to have their last two paycheck stubs, and they have to have $50,000 or more coming in, and we can be able to get them some kind of equipment financing. Okay. And then they don't have to have a 680, but the lower the credit score, the higher the down payment goes up to. I've seen people have to put down 50% of a $50,000 truck that they were trying to buy because their credit was a 500, and they didn't have any other options. So that's just kind of part of why you want to qualify your lead and explain some of this to them. Okay. Now, before we move on to our next segment, I want to thank our sponsor, BDA Solutions. If your business is struggling because of a lack of capital, or you're wanting to fund a real estate project, reach out to BDA Solutions for a free business consulting call. These guys can help you with cash flow management, business credit, and so many other options. Give them a call, BDA Solutions.
Awesome. Now, bro, we just broke down general qualifications for business owners to go out and try to get a couple of different options to get capital injected into their business to grow, start, or scale.
Mhm.
Now, let's kind of reel it back in a little bit, bro. As a business loan broker, how do you find these people to talk to, man? Let's chop that up a little bit. How important is it for you to find qualified leads as opposed to, just going out and getting any random person to contact you? How do you qualify your leads, and how do you actually prospect to them so that they can start calling you, and you qualify them for the different loans and options that you have to find to offer them?
Yeah, so that's a good question, and I'm gonna tell you this, guys, right now. This part of the reason that we have this podcast going is because we can share our mistakes and share exactly what we've done wrong to try to help you guys. I spent $50,000 on Facebook ads, Google ads throughout the last 3 years, and when I first started this, I didn't even know how to qualify a lead. I just wanted to blast out there, hey, I need business funding. I can fund businesses. I can fund the world. And that did nothing but really, really slow me down. And because you don't know how to qualify. And then once you know how to qualify them, you've got people coming in all different directions of, like you said earlier, hey, I got a brother that my brother's best friend wants to start a dog grooming business. And you're like, okay, so you go down these rabbit holes after you spent all this money to get leads to come into your CRM or whatever it may be, and you have no way, and you're chasing people. It's like, boom, I'm going over here, I'm going over here, and and it just gets out of control. And so, what we started doing is a lot more organic marketing. I go to sales or to networking events. My sales staff goes to networking events. We go and we try to focus on referral partners like CPAs, bankers, commercial lenders. Obviously, we're very heavy in the equipment finance space. So we go after equipment vendors, equipment mechanic shops, those type of people that are in front of business owners all day long. I tell somebody this, the referral partners that I work with one on one, and you do too, Jose, is you can cold call 100 people a day. If you cold call 100 business owners, you get in front of 100 business owners. If you cold call 100 referral partners, lenders, bankers, whoever, whatever niche you're trying to go down and get in front of business owners, then you're talking and you're getting in front of multiple business owners because there you're trying to get the connection for the referral partner. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. And one of the things that I would possibly throw in there, bro, is that it as a business loan broker, it's very important that you establish a niche for your marketing. I
Yes.
myself have thrown out thousands of dollars in Facebook ads, and I have found that that's probably one of the biggest mistakes that I made starting out. And the only reason that it was a mistake is because it was too generalized. It did not speak to the type of individual that I was trying to help. Within my brokerage, we specialize with working capital equipment and also real estate. Within the real estate world, there's different exit strategies. So I go after just fix and flip investors. I don't go after real estate investors that are looking to buy and hold. I don't do the sub two category. I don't do any of that. So it's very important that you pick a niche. Now, one of the major benefits of being a part of the business lending blueprint is that you have a vast network of lenders to be able to help you. So if you put out a marketing message, but somebody comes in and says, hey, I've heard great things about you. However, I need an SBA loan. We have resources to be able to fund that, but that is not something we're putting out there. We're putting out there messages for people that can relate to a specific pain point that we have a solution for. However, if somebody else approaches us with a completely different process, we don't have to turn them away. Again, that is the importance of having referral networks because if there's reciprocity there. I have a banker that a lead comes in and this is a better fit for a banker. I refer that lead out to them. They refer leads back to me, the ones that they can help. That's where I get involved with them. So it's important, guys. Pick a niche, drill down your marketing message so that way you are helping a specific individual with a specific problem or a solution that is in your repertoire.
Yeah, and make sure
So
that sorry, Jose, I didn't mean to cut you off. Make sure that you're qualifying these people with the three C's: cash flow, collateral, and credit. Okay. It's 680 above credit for collateral and credit based loans, and then $10,000 or more a month. Don't go down this rabbit hole of, oh well, maybe next month I'll have that. No, 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 no. There's too many people, too many business owners that are needing equipment and working capital and real estate funding right here and there. Okay. So you're gonna have to get out and get in front of these people. Okay. I'm just gonna tell you, me personally, I send anywhere between 4 to 500 text messages a day, and it's not spammy. It's just people that might have come through our program before, have opted in on something that they're interested, and send. I have a CRM that's set up. You can do the same thing in BLB Autopilot, Profit Lifter, whoever you use, and you can send out text messages every hour. I also try to DM 40 to 50 to maybe 65 DMs every day, direct cold messages to new people. I train all referral partners and sales staff that works for us to make sure to pick up the phone and call referral partners, email referral partners, drive by and stop in at dealerships that you might want to try to finance, stop in at bankers, Chase, Wells Fargo, all of the big name banks because they can't loan money to anybody under like a 720 right now. So that's the kind of referral partners that you want to get set up with. Just really try to get out there and hit it. You can't send 10 emails and expect people to get back to you. I mean, you've got to be from 9 to 5, 9 to 6, 8 to 7, whatever you determine as your working hour is to be prospecting, not filling out and processing applications and doing all of that kind of stuff. Okay. That's just how we do it. And I'm sure Jose might do it a little different.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a numbers game, guys. It's not a, pick up the name of 10 businesses and expects, a percentage of them to get back to you. You have to do constant daily outreach to get to the ability where you can test your marketing message and see what type of reception it has out in the marketplace. And then you can make adjustments to that marketing message based on the feedback of the data that you're getting. So track everything and also go out and make sure that you're consistently doing this so that the data can be reliable and you can make adjustments accordingly. So before we close this thing out, guys, let me talk to you guys about Pro Business Funding. These guys are my partners when it comes to helping my clients establish business credit. These guys are the top notch consultant when it comes to establishing tier one business credit. And they also help with financing business needs as your business is growing and scaling and establishing the business, the 80 paydex score business credit. So if you guys need a referral partner and or possibly need to establish business credit yourself, Pro Business Funding is the one-stop shop for all of that. So keep that, guys, in the back of your mind. So Keenan, again, bro, let's kind of recap real quick. The 3 C's, man. How important are they, and what do business loan brokers and business owners need to keep in mind when
Yeah.
approaching
So,
business loans?
oh, sorry. Yeah. So it's really important, guys. The 3 C's: cash flow, $10,000 a month coming into a business bank account with 6, 8, 12 months time in business. We like to see 12 is better. Credit, 680 credit score or higher, not a 680 credit score from a kid that just turned 18 and is paying on his Academy card or Walmart card, Best Buy card. We want to see a thick profile of different revolving and different trade lines from car payments to mortgage payments to revolving credit cards to maybe some student loans, any type of different credit accounts on there. That's what we're talking about. And for years, okay, 5, 10, 15 years. Also need to have a W-2 and job with $50,000 more in income and collateral. We're not talking about junk when it comes to equipment financing. They want to do a sales lease back. The equipment needs to be usually 8 years older or newer. They don't want to go anything past 8 years. Also, you want to make sure that they can qualify and they can pay the job back. That's why I always ask, what do you do for an employment? And how much is your salary? If they don't have one of these 3 C's, don't go down a rabbit hole because everybody, like I said, has a story. Everybody wants money, and just don't waste your time. Okay. You can have covered three more leads by then, by the time you listen to this person's story, and then you realize, hey, this guy's not going anywhere. If you think they're not going to go anywhere, they're not going to go anywhere. If you think you've got a really good possible chance, then reach out to Jose and I, and we'll spend 5 or 10 minutes with you and say, yeah, that's a lead, or that's not a lead. But you'll be able to do yourself a favor, your brokerage a favor, your employees a favor of being able to qualify the people with the three C's.
Awesome. Also, guys, as business loan brokers, business consultants, please keep in mind the importance of prospecting on a daily basis. As Keenan alluded to earlier, this is the reason why we are starting the podcast. We want to reach out to newer business loan brokers that are possibly having, the headaches of getting this business started, growing into the dream that they had for leaving their W-2 employment. And so one of the mistakes that I made was relying on a specific lead source, and that lead source only. So when that well dried up, I had absolutely nothing coming in the door. So take it from my personal pain and experience, prospect on a daily basis. One of the tools that I use that actually, Keenan, you turned me on, was voicemail drops.
Oh
That
yeah.
is something that is, man, it is, if you can get 100 voicemail drops, which is, again, it's a feature that I have set up within my CRM that would allow a voicemail message to go directly to the business owner's cell phone. And it is just like cold calling, guys. The person that listens to your voicemail, responds to your text message, they have interest. So if you can set up a list of 100 people that you're going to be, dropping these voicemails to, you don't have to pick up the phone
Mm-mm.
unless they call you. So that's another way to kind of thin the herd a little bit, and know that you the when you do pick up the phone, it's going to be productive, and it's you're speaking with someone who is truly interested, as opposed to someone who possibly just picked up the phone on accident, and they weren't really interested or expecting to talk to you. Now, one of the things that we're going to do in the next episode, we're actually going to further discuss some of these loan products and some of the unique aspects of getting qualified for specific loan products. It's going to be very important. Some of the information that we packaged here in this episode is going to relate directly to that discussion. So you guys, again, watch this 2, 3 times, take notes, make sure that you've got that process set up, so that way when we actually discuss loan products, you've already done a decent amount of the heavy labor when it comes to qualifying your leads.
Yeah, thanks, Jose. Hey, also on that voicemail drop, this can be set up in any CRM. So the BLB autopilot, if you guys are listening to this, you can set up a voicemail drop. I drop 200 to 300 of those every day. And my assistant about kills me because then I never answer the phone. I make her answer the phone. But
There
that
you
it
go.
gets you around a lot of text messaging issues that are going on with some of the CRM. So hey, if you're a business loan broker and you've completed all the training steps in the BLB and you're needing help or want to fund some deals with Jose and I, please reach out. Okay. We're going to walk you through our process. We're going to help you get some funded deals under your belt this year. Go to businessfundingnation.com and fill out the form that says join the team, and one of us will reach out. Okay. We're here to help business owners and business loan brokers just like yourself succeed in business. Okay. So, like I said, please reach out if we can help you. If you have any questions or if you want to join our team, please do.
Yeah, absolutely. And business owners, if you guys are listening to this and you guys need business funding, you guys need personal credit repair, or if you're looking to establish business credit, reach out to us. That is another reason why we started this podcast. We want to help businesses move forward and keep this in mind. Rest assured, we do not charge any fees up front, and we are willing to work at this with you with a long-term perspective. We're looking to establish lifelong partnerships with all of our clients. So for all you business owners, also, if you guys are in need of business funding, personal credit repair, or if you're looking to establish business credit, reach out to us. You guys are also another reason why we started this podcast. We want to help businesses move forward. And rest assured, we don't charge any upfront fees. And what we're trying to do is establish long term relationships. All of our clients, we have lifelong partnership in mind. So please reach out to us if you guys need a combination of those or just one of those services. We're here to help you.
Hey guys, if you're needing business funding, please go to businessfundingnation.com and fill out the form that says seeking funding, and one of us will reach out. I want to give a big shout out to our nation's veterans and our first responders and say thank you for everything and your service.
Absolutely. So, again, guys, thanks again for joining us on this episode of the Business Funding Nation. We hope you found it informative. Maybe you had a laugh or two along the way with us. Please don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, share our podcast with family, friends. If you have any suggestions on future topics or if you'd like to get in touch with us, you can leave a message below and or contact us at businessfundingnation.com. We are the gateway to business funding success. You guys, again, thank you. We will be in touch. Episode number 3 will be coming up very shortly. Talk to you guys soon.